Hello everybody, welcome to episode 40 of the Contest Realm podcast. If you don't know already, we're available on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes podcast. Make sure you're following. It does help out towards the metrics, which, do you know what, by Jove, I haven't checked, but I know SoundCloud does very well for people going and watching, so you can listen to this. Because that's the thing as well, you don't have to watch me on YouTube. You can also go and listen over on SoundCloud and so give your support. As always, I'm joined by my co-host Dan of Frontline MCOC. Links in the description to the site. Make sure you're there. Why would you forget? Because we're covering, myself and Dan, and hello Dan, welcome.
You're hey right. Rich.
I was going to say, we've done a bit of a... every time there's a side event, me and you seem to like go into kind of like, I don't know, fight for clarity, fight for
yes, see
info.
What's going on. Hey, at least this one didn't launch early.
Yes, and we didn't have any scuff, and it's actually really good. Oh no, we did have scuff. Sorry, we did have scuff, but it's beneficial.
We did, but it was a player positive scuff.
I love it when that happens.
We'll take those. Yeah, we like it when that happens. I mean, if you're an uncollected player, you got a big bonus. So, it worked out pretty well for us.
Yeah, I don't. There's only like you can get. I think I told you can get 1 mil of stuff as an uncollected, but then if you want, and that's good. It gives you a 5-star featured for nothing.
Right, and a generic 5-star awakening.
And a generic, yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's just a 6-star shards as well, but then it's like, well, 2,000 6-star shards is fair for Cavalier, and I kind of like, I'm still finding it weird to adjust to being a Thronebreaker Titans.
Yeah, Rich, you moved up. I mean, it's nice that you're still willing to talk to a.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. Oh, you've cut out, by the way. Dan!
Hey, bud.
Yeah, you're there.
Again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why is it like this? That, you know, sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not.
I don't know. My internet's been wonky this week, so.
Oh, that's a shame.
But you and your new rank 3 Corvus, huh?
Yeah. I will be going back to do. I'm having a weird time at the moment where I'm just like, I'm going, let's just do in-game content. I don't know if this whole kind of YouTube situation has made me kind of feel like, do you know what? I can't be asked. I'm not. As I said to Dan, I haven't been paid from YouTube in 2 months. So I am literally relying on my sponsorship deals, very kind subs. Thanks for gifting a sub, Dan, by the way.
You're welcome. And there was a lot of people supporting, especially on your Abyss streams on Twitch. We saw a lot of people showing up in the streams, gifting subs, getting the old choo-choo train going with the biddies.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was very positive, very good to see.
It was, and honestly, at this time where it's really difficult and like, you know, YouTube aren't paying any money, they're paying transactional revenue. So, but as well, like, you know, having the Twitch stuff, it means a massive amount because I do want to use Twitch as a platform, not just for MCOC, but switching to other games. I did have to tell people off though. That was something. That second Abyss run came at a very difficult day, as that was.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, you were. It was not good timing.
No, it's hard at times, like to kind of go like, okay, you've put hours of content in. Like, I imagine working a job where you're paid nothing for the hours that you do, because unfortunately, this is a career for me. You know, the podcast costs £10 a month in order to put on to SoundCloud, which allows us to put it on to iTunes podcasts and Spotify at the same time. So it's like, you know, there's expense that goes into it, and like I have had massive support from people, but that's just the thing of like, I need YouTube to make a decision of what they're doing, because then there's other analytical things that impact. Like if my CPM's not doing well, then that affects me getting sponsorship. Because I'm still getting, it's weird because I'm still getting views. People are coming out to view content, but it's like YouTube can't differentiate with the whole situation about that, and thousands of small creators are affected. So I appreciate the massive support on Twitch. Anyway, moving on. We've got to talk about, it's not about me. We've got to talk about stuff that is going on with the game and also with the Abyss run. Yeah, I had to tell people off a little bit because I was like, I was in a bit of a, like, I was in a really bad mood. Like, I had a really decent run in Abyss Part 1. Things were going well. I had some good plays, some good takedowns, a less amount of unit spend. And to kind of put people in perspective if they're interested in what that was the cost of this and what I did. I went in with the run with a 0 stash, so I had no stash.
So you didn't do the old Realm of Legends potion farming and revive farming leading up to it then?
No, this was a very knee-jerk decision for me. I went for an intense arena grind with the Platinum Pool Arena. I gathered a lot of units. I probably got, I think, 2 or maybe 3. I thought I had 10 level 1 revives. I think I had a lot less than that. But I just made the decision because I was just getting pissed off. I just thought to myself, look, I've had enough with kind of like this slow process of grabbing a rank 3 6-star, and I can't guarantee that when I get it, will it be after Cyber Weekend. Now, right. I've already got a sponsor in place to cover some of the cost of. I'd say I'm only going to do about 2 of the unit deals from that, depending on what. Well, I don't know what it's going to be, but I need to kind of then say to myself, right, if you've picked yourself up 6,000 units worth of stuff, is it going to be equal to an Abyss of Legends run? So that's the gamble I had to make. If I was Cavalier with 6,000 units, would I have 20,000 6-star shards, 1 6-star Awakening Crystal, and 1 Tier 5 class Catalyst fully formed? Would I have that?
I don't see that happening.
Exactly. So that's where I made that educated thing. And I had like I have a few people go, oh, well, you know, your unit stash, oh, so much for that video. And I'm thinking like, look, things happen and you have to make educated decisions or educated assumptions and calculations. And I got to be honest, I'm still sticking my guns. I made the best decision with what was 4,400 units and a little to no stash to pick up what I got. I'm annoyed with like some few bad plays, but that part 2, man, my head was not in that fight. But
yeah, I know. I was in for a lot of that one, and you were you got it done, but it was I know you weren't feeling it. But let's back stuff up. So you did path 1, right? The yellow path.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
The easy path. All right. So now you have Aegon.
Yeah.
Unlike someone else on the on the podcast. So you got that option. So now overall it seems like your unit spend was in line. So let's do some pros cons with this. What was, besides the collector, because the collector is, everybody struggles with that, and that's a tough fight. What was the hardest fight for you other than the collector?
If I put it down to the part 2, it was Invisible Woman, and it was Invisible Woman based on my where my head was at, because I came off of the Cyclops fight was a bit rough.
That one looks tough.
That one I think was the one, but I was in good spirits still. I think it was like close to midnight, or like about 11:30 in UK at night. And like, you know, I was feeling the fatigue a little bit with that fight.
Yeah, but Invisible Woman is third from the end. So.
Yeah, the Invisible Woman fight I think was made. I could have done that in less revives than I did, and it wasn't ridiculous. I think it was like maybe 5, maybe 6 revives. I can't remember. Maybe I'll kind of go back and kind of like take the info down. I'm making a video over the weekend, so that may be out now, of the grind, and then I'll kind of go back, take the info for what I'll do, like maybe a guide on that. But yeah, that fight was just made worse with me using using Nick Fury, but not using him to the best of his ability, because I literally just then. At that time, anybody could be like shouting a load of stuff at me in chat, and my brain was just not functioning correctly. Mental health issues from this YouTube situation that I kind of like just literally was about 10 minutes before I started streaming. I think I then got told by YouTube that they were not going to pay me for October. So like imagine that just like going through your mind, and then I've got about 3 to 4 different people telling me how I should play a certain champion, and then they're like, do you know what? Like, you all need to chill for a second. You need to leave me alone for a moment, just to get through this. As soon as I get through this, I'll be fine. But it was that was where the undoing came in. The Cull Obsidian fight, again, just stupid mistakes. I think it was just the last 3 that just through like my own self.
Yeah, you're
issues.
tired. You're close to the end. You want it done at that point.
Yeah.
Then there was all that sort of collateral damage from YouTube that was playing out. So, what fight did you think was going to be bad, but was actually pretty easy?
That would have to be. Do you know what?
I've seen people complain about like the Joe Fixit fight and the Mordo fight.
Yeah, I'll go with Joe
and Howard the Duck.
I'll go with Joe Fixit because I decided to use that. No, I do agree with that Joe Fixit fight. That one was kind of like, I went with a different kind of narrative to that. It was like, I'm going to try and intercept as much as possible to push to an SP2. That seemed to work relatively well. And I think that I just remembered some of the terrible fights. Some that I didn't put on stream because I think I was doing them. I did a lot on Sunday and I did a lot on the Monday prior to the stream, and then I had some other stuff that I wanted to get done. Iron Man Infinity War, that was annoying. I messed up a little bit with Quake. And again, this shouldn't be a problem, but it was like I think it was like about a couple to 3 more revives than I wanted to with that. Thing fight, the Mordo fight, Mordo fight. I can't remember one of those. I think I got quite fortunate. I think by the time, because I wasn't getting any Nova charges, wrong champion. The pre fights for Human Torch.
His Flame On, yeah.
Flame On, yeah. I got that once because I started off using that against Mephisto, and then I was like, oh, great. Am I going to get lucky and get this? And I think
it back.
I think because I only got like a low sig in it. I think I end up getting the. I think I got it back again whilst I was partway through the Mordo fight. But just the way that like certain champions weren't throwing special attacks, and I was like, oh, come on, throw it. If you don't throw it, then we got a problem. I can't let you hit me with an SP3 because that's game over. But even worse, I'm looking at my skirmish charges going down like, oh my god, just throw the goddamn special.
Right, yeah. I mean, Mordo, you don't want him turtling on you in the abyss. Like, it's bad enough when it's just a power gain, and then you're triggering the countdown and losing those charges.
Oh god,
it feels bad. So your team was Aegon, Corvus.
Oh no, Aegon. Sorry, Aegon, Doctor Doom, Heimdall, Nick Fury, and
you didn't do Corvus. Okay.
Human Torch. I thought about Corvus, and maybe I will next time. But it's, I don't know. I used Heimdall. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. I think I've seen a lot of players kind of like change between different things. I don't know, because everyone goes like a different way with it. I've watched Marcus. I think we've talked about this, haven't we? Marcus, who was doing the run at the same time over on Twitch.
He was doing the Cable APOC run, which is wild. I love it when people try something like that.
It's interesting to know the variations. Like, I think I would have liked to have done Corvus, but the issue that I have is I'm not a huge fan of Suicide Masteries. Although Suicide Masteries would be the way to go. And I understand that there's always people that would go, you have to do it. You have to do it. And it's like, yeah, I get it. I just don't like it. People go, you have to use Ghost. You have to like Ghost. And it's like, I don't like that champion as much as people want me to like it. You know, last time I checked, people don't have to like things that other people like. You know, it's just how life goes. Did you like how Dr. Doom worked? Because I know there's a lot of debate
over whether he's the best one for the easy path or whether you should go Morningstar or Symbiote Supreme. Do you think you made the right call there with Doom?
Yeah, yes and no with that. There are some fun interactions which, are good. I would say that when the champion really comes into its own, I think I used it against Ghost. Ghost. There's when we get like Venom the Duck. There's like 4 fights. I think it's Venom the Duck, Howard the Duck,
Hyperion and Champion. Yeah.
When you get into those 4 fights, it's like, man, that is just a nice kind of like interaction.
Yeah, you're on a run there, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where you can use that champion if you need to reset masteries. You're loading it up for a number of fights in a row, so that's convenient.
If you are looking for an extra kind of kicker of damage, if all of your champions on your team are dead, then he benefits from that with an increased attack rating or attack boost or something. So that's something in his favor. I do understand where a lot of the same thing could be said, but like, well, could you use Mr. Sinister in the same ways? Well, you have to do as much as you can, and also have a good enough utility for the 200 and I can't remember how many skirmish charges or how many hits you theoretically get. So for the potential 240 hits that you get, there's also these amazing hoorah moments where if you've got Doctor Doom and skirmish charges have all gone and you're about to get clapped, that you throw an SP1 as the champion has then grabbed has gone unblockable, unstoppable, and has gained a load of power. You throw that SP1, you grab a load of power to yourself. You can then spam in an SP2. And I think I was doing like one moment, I was able to do like, I think when SP3 grabbed, hit whilst he was in a little stun, grabbed quickly with the SP1, grabbed all the power over to myself, threw an SP2, and then still had my, what is it called? Interceding.
The aura?
Not just the aura, but interceding. So I then was like knocked out, but then wasn't knocked out, and then it was able to then leech again to then throw back. And that's where that Heimdall kind of dynamic fell into play.
What were you running from?
So I didn't catch it last, but you kind of...
For Mystic Dispersion, what were you running?
I don't think I was. That's the thing. Like, I went in with just like I don't think I put any elements on emphasis on like having a devoted mastery set to stuff, which I think was surprising. It surprised a lot of people going, why aren't you doing willpower? Why aren't you doing that? It's like, well, look, I understand that people will say like, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that. I'm just checking now. Mystic Dispersion. No, I've got nothing in Mystic Dispersion. Nothing.
Interesting.
No. Yeah.
What would you say to someone who's planning an Abyss run now that you've done your first run?
I would say you're speaking for a friend, but you are interested yourself, aren't you?
Yeah. No, I mean, I have been. As anyone who's been watching my openings and following me on Twitter knows, I have been thwarted in the quest for Aegon, and we are getting close to Cyber Weekend, and I feel like I've got to make a call whether it's, we think there's going to be Thronebreaker deals. I imagine that they're going to do a Cavalier deal that helps you get to Thronebreaker, but then that, of course, takes you out of the running for the better Thronebreaker deals.
Yeah.
At least if that's the unit offer. And then of course, I could buy the cash deals after it resets.
Yeah.
And get the Thronebreaker deals that way. So that's an option. I could also, power through 100% the back end of Act 6, which would take a very long time.
Yeah.
And then there's that one run of Abyss. You dedicate that 8 to 10 hours. But I have been investigating the possibility of a Colossus-centric Abyss run, which has been done. There was a great Reddit post about I got tired of not pulling Aegon, so someone broke down fight by fight a Colossus team of Colossus, Omega Red. I think it was Symbiote Supreme, Corvus. I'm forgetting who the other one was. But But so that's been done, and I've been talking to Karate Mike about that, talking to J Nick, and actually a podcast listener called Philum. Thank you for listening. He has done a Colossus run as well, so he was giving me some some input on sort of his thoughts on the run and his overall spend, and it is doable. It's just, do I want to bite the bullet? And do it. I could do it the week of Thanksgiving. I'll have the time. Mm-hmm. But then the question is, what happens if I get that T5CC and it's not from one of the classes I want? Because that is a very real possibility for me, because I have a weak 6-star roster.
Yeah, I had that doubt when I was halfway through, like when I kind of ended the part 1 stream. And I was already, I was partway through Loki, actually, and I just went, like, guys, we'll pick it up tomorrow. I just thought to myself, oh God, if I pick up a science, I'm screwed. Like, I'm probably screwed.
If I picked up.
Oh, you've gone again, Dan. I'll wait until you're back. You're nearly back. You're back.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, you're back.
Hey. Yeah, I mean, I was just saying that I think my best skill is like a Night Thrasher, unduped. I mean, my best 6-star overall is probably like Hulkbuster. Like, I don't have a real banger of a 6-star, so a 6-star roster. So that's the other part of it. Like, I'm looking at the Champion as my best cosmic, and Hulkbuster and Gladiator Hulk. Like, those are Morningstar as a Mystic. Like, those are my best options right now at rank 2 to take up for Thronebreaker. So it's not like I have an account changer like a Corvus that I'm gonna be able to move to the next level. I mean, it'd be great to get the title. I would like to get the title, but my 6-star roster isn't really ready to spend a T5CC.
Yeah. This is really the thing, isn't it? Like, those decisions. Like, you look at where your tier 5 class catalyst is, like, worrying. And this is the thing that I had. I when I produced the video about like how to be Thronebreaker in 2020, which I have technically followed. As I did state in there that it would be about making decisions of, look, do I wait out the tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystals to get a cosmic through, say, the little breadcrumbs that Kabam are leaving from Cavalier's stuff, or do I make that leap? And it just couples with decision making processes that you have to kind of go, oh God. And it is a risk, because I don't know what would happen. Like, would I indeed pick
It's a
up?
big risk. I feel like I'm in the analysis paralysis right now, trying to figure out what to do with it, because as far as my 6-star roster goes, like, I think you've made the same choices. We're waiting on the next featured 6-star.
Yeah.
Crystal, but that's not till December 15th, which is after Cyber Weekend.
Exactly.
And I mean, if I ran Abyss and got a mutant and then pulled Apocalypse 3 weeks later, at the end of the day, I'd be pretty happy with that. But you can't guarantee that, and you still lost the opportunity cost of the the offers there. Yeah. So there's no perfect answer, and if I end up spending too many units on the Abyss run, well, what if I can't get the 15 or the 18K deal? It's like it's really hard to decide what is right. So I'm kind of taking this weekend to really mull it over and evaluate my options.
Yeah.
But for those of us who want some more T5CC, you've been talking about the breadcrumbs, but they just released an update to the roadmap, and I think there's a few places we're gonna see some T5CC in them, and the headline is probably Book 2, official release date of Chapter 1, December 9th.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Good, but at the same time, I need to figure out what content I want to do prior to that. That's going to be the thing, because we're now going to go into a point of limbo. No pun intended with my chic, but we will go into to limbo, as there's going to be a lot of endgame players that won't have Summer of Pain, or which potentially is working title Spring of Pain, which will be out next year. The new variant won't be out until December potentially, and you will have the new book 2 act 1, whatever it is. So that's going to be a thing of like, what do you fill that time with? For me, it's a case of going, what content do I want to do next? I've actually decided I'm more than likely going to prioritize 100%ing Act 6.3. As now I've spent a bit of time to look back into it. I've also considered using Suicide Masteries again. I may take, and I need to make that decision quickly, may take a month from, I always say this, a month off Alliance-based gameplay in order to run Suicides. I might have to then say to my Alliance mate, are you happy that I go Suicides? And then I kind of focus Corvus and a few other champions, prioritize them that are suicide friendly, but also can take on the content. Now that I've got a broad spectrum of coverage of champions, there would be, number 1, suicide friendly. Number 2, have the, I'd say, factors of being suicide and take on the nodes. So that's really going to be where I'm at. As well, because I just think 6.2.5 is going to take too much of my resources, where I could save the unit and start saving and keeping back and then focusing 6.3, but as well try and go and do another Abyss run. I'm already thinking about, after what will happen of the 6-star opening in a 6-star featured opening in December, then let's do some Abyss days and kind of like try and 100% it by the end of the year. I don't know, maybe it's a bit ambitious, but at least do 2 more paths, dependent on units and stuff.
Yeah, I all prioritize Variant 6, especially for as that should be reasonably achievable 100% in a month or so.
Yeah.
After release, and it should have a 25% T5CC based on in variant 5. So that's there. I'm really interested to see what the rewards are going to be for book 2 chapter 1, particularly the completion rewards. If there's some T5CC in completion, that could really help a lot of people.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing of going like the prioritization wise. Let's complete this first, and then secondly, the new variant. I still don't know with Act 6 100%ing it. I thought I'd be able to 100% it by end of November, but I kind of feel like this month, because I decided to do, because of the length of time Act 6.2 was taking, and making sure I don't spend
so many lanes.
Exactly. I'm just going like, well, that's just because that sucks the life out of me and just bores the hell out of me. Then I might go, look, I'll try Act 6.3 instead. I'm going to try that at the end of this month. I'm going to try and spend less on units, because I want to start again hoarding that and waiting for the end of the year to then do more of Abyss of Legends, with the idea that by the end of the year 100% it, as well, because it would give more for less effort than it would do to take on Act 6. It's terrible that that's a thing, but it's a thing.
Right? Yeah, it's crazy when you think that doing a lane in the Everest content is actually easier.
Yeah.
than 100%ing one of the chapters in Act 6, but they are quite daunting. And especially as I'm finding, I'm right there with you in the middle of 100%ing Act 6.2. It takes forever.
Yeah.
Like I can't really run those quests during the week. So then it's like, all right, maybe I can bang out 2 or 3 lanes on a weekend, which means it takes me like 3 weeks to do a quest.
Yeah.
Like, that's really slow going.
I know other people will be able to kind of like bash it out in the way they do, but it's like it's time and availability, especially as there's stuff like next week. I've got time. I've budgeted time for myself to go, look, you must 100% uncollected on Sunday of this week, and I have to have done all of the arena to grab the gamma, because I need all the and then I need to kind of complete all the other quests that give gamma, except for I don't think I'm going to do normal, but if I need 6,000 gamma, I'll go and do it, but I need to do that all by Sunday. So I've got the gamma because I want to record a video, and it may be sponsored. I haven't decided yet. And then I need to 100% Cavalier by 1 week, and then in a month's time, try not to spend quite so many units on energy refills to then make sure that I grind arena for the last 2 weeks and start getting into Act 6.3, and at least I try to mitigate the pain on spend of Cyber Weekend, because I've used all my units to do my Abyss run. Plus, I have spent a little bit with that, but that's kind of like, now I'm kind of thinking, should I really spend any money? I could have done it like this week, but then I was like, there's new content to be put out, and if YouTube decide they want to pay me, then I'll be able to kind of cover the bases. But that's going to be another thing, whether or not they pay me for November. I could be 3 months without a paycheck.
Right. I mean, and then it's your best bet is to live stream on Twitch, and at least then you're going to get some donations while you're running this content. So, so looking further down the roadmap, is there anything in the Alliance section that excites you? I think the one thing that I have seen people gravitate to is the undo button.
Yeah, undo,
which helpful. I know a lot of people really, really want, because if you're an officer and you have ever gotten the frantic ping of, I went the wrong way, and you have to start shuffling people mid AQ, it is a nightmare.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Anyway, let me just I need to close down. I've just been like, it's quite annoying. I just realized because I got Discord active. I don't know why. I asked people not to ping. I don't know why. I
just saw someone ping you. Yeah.
With
all the variants.
But I've got this. I've got this in a certain way that when I go into the live, we had a discussion, I'm not meant to receive a ping, so I don't know why that actual notification has popped up. That's right. Annoyed me. That. Sorry about that. If you're listening back, that's not you. That's me, and I don't know why that is, because as I said, when we go in to record, it's meant to mute what's going on elsewhere. But anyway, whatever. Alliance-wise, yeah, I agree. Undo button is something important. I need to see if I've got the correct one, because we got a very different one for the CCP to look at.
Did we? I haven't really had time to review the final post that went live. Was there something that changed?
No, ignore me. I picked up the wrong thing for the YouTube screen. So the very good. What they've done is they've done this thing like released, or launching this day, or it's been pushed back, or it's on pause, or it's not started and stuff. That's good information to let us know. The undo button is very helpful. Who hasn't done this where they've gone down the wrong lane? I mean, I haven't done it in a very, very long time, but it's handy to have, especially in lower alliances. Maybe it's the case you kind of like haven't been concentrating, but I have clicked the screen unwittingly and gone down the wrong lane and scuppered something. I've been so pissed off with myself. Is there anything there that you picked up on that you were kind of like, this is interesting?
I mean, I just wish the raid bosses had been further along. I'm very excited by that concept, so I wish we had. That's one thing that I wish there was an ETA on. I mean, I'm interested. They're saying Alliance Quest, Alliance War, big revamp coming. Okay, I think we both agree that Alliance War needs a big revamp, but I'm very worried about whatever it is, because as much as I don't like the current mode of Alliance War, I don't know. Like every time they say Alliance War needs more variety, I die more.
Yeah, because it's not.
I don't need that kind of variety in my life.
Yeah, because it's always variety by node or variety
Like,
by defense tactics.
Yeah, and I'm jumping around a little bit here, but I'm worried that, if this variety is like Root going live with different champion kits and then making its way and interacting with defense tactics and Alliance War nodes, like that is terrifying.
Yeah.
I actually liked Root, but I'm really scared about it being out in the wild.
I think that Cat Murdoch had that point of going like, yeah, this is it's cool, and I'm like, it's cool like for side events or something specifically, but when it interacts with certain champions, and this is like going, okay, well, I think her example was like a Mega Red or something else, being rooted, or something where you're taking tick damage or you're building to tick damage. That could be something like, I need to get away and fast. Oh no, I'm close. That is bad. Because the thing that I got a question mark with is why this is called AQ Future, which is in design. So the future of AQ, but it's raid bosses underneath and energy rework, as well as link nodes and rework. Are they saying that raid bosses are within Alliance Quest, or this will be Alliance Quest, or this will be to the right or left of Alliance Quest? It says, still very early in design process, we really want to make sure we get this right, so we are taking our time, as this will have a big impact on Alliance Quest. And that's the thing, when I mean big impact, like how will this impact? Is it going? Is it staying? Is it inside?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what we don't know how that's going to look. But it looks like these raid bosses are going to be are going to have an impact. Like, they're not going to be sort of this optional thing on the side, right? Like, it seems like if you're in a competitive alliance, that's going to be a part of your alliance gameplay. That's expected. So, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for alliances. I think there's some real exciting stuff in the champion section. This wish crystal, maybe I can pull Aegon from a wish crystal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I think the big news is, right, the champion buff schedule.
Yeah.
So we know Netflix Daredevil, or the soon-to-be Devil of Hell's Kitchen, is the overhaul in December. So that's the big, like, ground-up rework. January, nothing. But then February and March will have 2 tune-ups and 2 updates.
Yeah.
And then April, 2 overhauls. And that February, March, April schedule, that's going to be the 3-month cycle, where it's 2 months of 4 smaller updates and then 1 month with the 2 big overhauls. So that is very ambitious, but that is very exciting to see, because there's a lot of champions that need some help.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's going to be quite.
Who would you like to see as the 2 April overhauls?
I think for me it have to be Iron Fist and either one of the Groots. So that'll be down to a whatever happens situation. Is there anything you would like to see?
Definitely Groot. I think he's the worst champion in the game to play. Like, as far as like least fun champions to play, I would say Groot is the least fun champion to play right now. So he definitely needs some help. I don't know. I think I would like to see someone like Blue Cyclops get an overhaul, because I don't like it when you have like the basically the reskins where it's the exact same kit. Yeah. So I'd like to see like the OG Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel thing addressed. The some of the Spider-Mans, like Symbiote Spidey and regular Spider-Man and Miles. Like, Miles is obviously a little different because he has different special animations and a few different tricks, but Miles needs a lot of help too. I imagine that if Miles is going to get a rework, it'll probably be timed with the Into the Spider-Verse 2 release in 2021, which is also exciting.
Actually, I feel I might know, and this is just through an educated guess. I reckon that the 2 overhauls, or at least one of those overhauls, maybe they'll do it 2 at the same time. They will be OG Black Panther and Civil War Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I think that could be it, or at least one of them, is that we still haven't had any word about the Chadwick Boseman kind of event, or not event, but some pay homage, and maybe they'll do that. I know that was something that a lot of players suggested, and because we haven't heard anything, maybe that will be it. It's just a little hunch that I have, and nothing concrete there.
That's a good hunch, and certainly both need it.
Yeah.
So, and I think I would really like to see them start addressing some of the A-list characters, because that's been a knock on the game, right? That like OG Cap is not good, and Black Panther is not good, and champions like these are Cyclops, like he's a original X-Man, there, and then it's like, oh, but like I pulled Dragon Man and he's amazing, but no one knows who he is. It's kind of fun that the game introduces us to those characters, but let's face it, you're more likely to download MCOC because you want to play as Black Panther or Miles Morales or Wolverine than you are to want to play as Gwenpool or Dragon Man, or someone like that who's god tier but not as well known.
That's true. Was there anything else on the dev diary that interests you, or kind of thought?
I mean, there's some interesting stuff. I'm interested in incursions just because I think the incursions team has done a really great job. So, and I like incursions, but that's not game changer stuff. I think strikers, they're saying that's still in development. Doesn't sound like they're that close. Fight replays, I'd really like to see. So that would be cool. But yeah, I think Arena 2.0 in design with not really much for details. I'm curious what that is. And also the solo competitive mode. It sounds like they're looking to expand the game pretty significantly in 2021 as far as new mechanics and game modes, which is great, right? We want new stuff. We don't want to be bored. So I'm pretty excited, and I hope that they continue to do this and have the accountability of like, we did this, we didn't get to this. This is why. Here's what we're working on. Here's some status updates, and I think that's great.
Yeah, I think arena stuff is going to be kind of important. I think that there's a lot of free-to-play players that play the game. Also, some really interesting numbers that, from an analytical standpoint. Where was it? They said, I don't know if I can find it. I remember the stat in my mind, so if I'll find it. Because they did a lot of content. They said that the Mega Boss Rush was played by, or was done by 85,000 players. The 31 one. I don't know if it says what difficulty that was, and I'm not 100% sure where it is, but I definitely saw that number. So that was pretty impressive to find out that, because that it could say that there's 100, over 100,000 active players at one given time in the game, which is nice to know. The game is still well supported. I'm not 100% sure if there might be more or less. Well, it won't be less. There'll be more.
Yeah, I mean that's being able to complete that is some pretty high content to be able to do. I know people. Some people say, it's so easy and I can do it itemless. Well, there's still a very small pool of people who could do the Omega Boss Rush itemless.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is good to see that there is a healthy veteran community that is doing that kind of content.
Yeah. Right. I actually missed off any opportunity to cover Immortal Hulk.
Right. Yeah. Well, we had a very limited window as far as testing. We only had the champion for a day before the videos posted. So you really, and you were you in Abyss that day?
I was in Abyss. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. It's like Rich is not going to have time to do this.
No.
So it seems like it's. I played around with him a little bit. I I don't know. I like the animations.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. He's got that weird risk reward gameplay that I think is always very challenging for people to find a role for. So I wouldn't be upset if I pulled him, but I do understand some of the knocks on him. When Cam releases his pros cons and there's a second page of more cons.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's not ideal for that champion.
Yeah.
And no matter what Command Mike says, Immortal Abomination is still the grossest. I'm not over it.
Yeah, I decided to put his beard and hat on my image and tied it up.
Yes, that is one of my favorite things of the week for sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll just I shall find it and put it up. He did. Thing is, he like sent back a GIF. Someone did Prof Hoff as a kind of a response with it, but I don't know. I kind of like mine with a hat and a beard. I considered using like the like his face, but I just thought, nah, do you know what? I'm just gonna put a chin strap beard, which he has, and his hat. And I just thought, yeah, I've made it a little bit better. To be honest, I think I actually made it look like Fred Durst from the band Limp Bizkit. But apart from that, I like it. I think it's an improvement.
I think, anything's an improvement over Immortal Abomination. My God.
Yeah, I think a few people were a bit kind of like,
why?
Yeah.
Why? Imagine if like he's really good, and then we all want him, even though, like, his rank up animation and like the claws and I don't like it, Rich. I don't like it.
No, I decided like to pause a moment on my stream yesterday where it was kind of doing the twitching thing before like coming in, and it's just like it's just doing like that kind of like on the like head with like kind of your fingers like on the table. I just like it's so like, I know it's a character, I know it comes from like the comic book and stuff, but they could have chosen something else. Well, it's just I don't. I can't keep. It's like staring into some sort of like abyss thing. It's not nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that is staring into that is the gates of hell right there. That is not how I want to spend any time.
No. How are you finding the side event? So the shadow-based raids.
I only did the first day. I did the first day twice. I liked it. I think what's great about it is the defenders themselves don't seem overtuned as far as the health pool. So even though there's 10 fights, it goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
And all the difficulty is really geared around testing out route so far, at least from that first day. I don't know if you're listening to this on Sunday or after. We've had more days and they've moved it around. But I did think it was cool because it was like, all right, well, how do I dodge Rogue specials and Colossus's specials if I can't move? Like, don't freak out. Just time it out and think. And it made something that didn't require skill, but and not seem cheap to me. So I definitely got smacked a couple times, but I felt like I could learn how to deal with it. It wasn't like Aspect of War where it's just like, okay, eventually this is going to get me. So I like the slow, gradual implementation of it, and overall I love this side quest because I like stores. Yeah,
I do too. I really do. As well,
a generic awakening gem in the event. Because in the past with stores, right, it's you usually have to do a video where it's like, okay, you can buy the awakening gem or a bunch of other stuff. But now you can buy a bunch of stuff and then get the awakening gem. Yeah. Which is awesome.
Yeah, I think that this one it's very weird because they did advertise this being a crystal as opposed to a
well, there was confusion because the in-game mail said crystal. And then the post said gem. So we were all like, well, is it gonna I understood the skepticism, right? Because a gem, a generic awakening gem, they do not just put in any old event. So it was nice to see, but I think that shows you the devaluation of a 5-star awakening gem.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, I've got a bunch of most classes saved up. I've got 2 generics that I'm sitting on. I'm probably going to give one to Human Torch just because. Because why not? And I'm using him all the time, and I might as well be able to take advantage of that pre-fight, especially if I do decide to jump into the Abyss. I really should awaken him. There's no excuse not to, especially where I've got backup. So yeah, it's just the awakening gem thing is just not as big a deal certainly for Thronebreakers and really for Cavaliers too when it comes to 5 stars anymore.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. It's nice to have a store back that I can make that decision, and it's not rushed. I like taking my time. You know, I've, as I said, I've got stuff I want to do elsewhere. Getting the gamma's easy. Like, it's really easy because it's on completion. You don't have to 100% before you have to explore.
I mean, even if you're not used to doing the lower levels of the EQ, just auto fight heroic and normal, and you're gonna get a bunch of units too.
Yeah,
like it's not that much energy.
No, exactly.
So it's totally worth it for the gamma and the units. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think I've just got to do one more questing master for all the gamma there. No, I have to do the last 2. But then it's still like, as soon as I've done that, I've done all my event quests gamma in 2 days, which I know other players would have like bash it out quicker, but like I'm like, I'm taking at my own pace and grab that. I need to kind of put more emphasis on arena, maybe to grab that. I think a lot of it's going to come from the objectives, so I need to focus on that as well. So, but that comes from like as soon as you do the arena grind, you get gamma from the objective, which I'm looking at now.
Yeah, there's so much you get rewarded for just by playing the game as you usually do with this event. Like, compared to last month, this is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, because I
didn't get everything from last month.
No, neither did I.
The last 48 hours, it took me forever to get through Cavalier, just because I was finishing Variant 5 and trying to make some progress in Act 6. So I got backed up on Cavalier, and then the last 48 hours, like, okay, let's make sure we get all the T5CC. All right, let's get all the 6-star shards.
Yeah.
Let's try to pick up a little T2 Alpha because that seems to be short, and then it was just kind of running out of time. So I definitely left some rewards on the table this month.
Yeah. I did that.
In the day, and those like 4 fights longer than this month. You know, I had to go, all right, what team am I going to bring? Like, back out. Like, oh, wait, I need shock immune. Yeah. All right, now I need incinerate immune. You know, like, I just had to think too much.
Yeah, that's something you just don't want to. I know Kabam will say, oh, you know, we do this, do that. And it's like, oh, right, okay, fine.
The side quest is not where I want to think.
Exactly. That's
exactly, arena and side quest is where I go when we want to turn the brain off.
Yeah.
You know.
I totally agree. You just need a good balance between that. Like, I'm about to, I think I want to next week when Miles Morales gets released on PS4. I want to be playing it. It's on PS5, but they are releasing it on PS4 as well. But I want to be playing that game, as you know, it's this game I've wanted since the first Spider-Man. But I kind of have to think to myself, right, I want to get as much done with MCOC and that's the thing. Going like, right, let's do Abyss, let's do some Act 6.2, then let's do Miles Morales for about, I don't know, maybe on and off. For a good chat. But to be honest, because I'm not making any money from making videos, I might as well just stream that on. Yeah,
on just have some
channel.
Fun.
Yeah.
And then of course we got Realm coming out in just under 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I think have not had much, if any, time for Realm in the past week. I know they've released new game modes and You can tell that they're definitely ramping up towards the global release with their to put in more event challenges, which is all good to see. But I don't know about you. I think I just wait until November at this point for my next download and pick it up then and go from there. But I am definitely excited to see that game go.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Is I need to start covering it more, and I will do. But I am like really saving myself for the global release, especially with guides and things. I'm just actually reading something. I just thought I'd grab the website up just for the sake of the podcast, because like we'll talk a little bit about Realm. I haven't really been playing that much. I do need to play, but then that's the thing of going, well, do I focus my attention on MCOC? Do I do Realm? It's not global yet, which then causes an issue with matchmaking, which we've had. Matchmaking, I haven't gone back to the test. I will next week commit myself to do at least 2 to 4 videos on the main channel. I try to do 1 video a day, but you know, as we'll try and ramp it up as we get towards the global release.
We will get there.
Yeah,
we will get there.
Maybe we'll do some streams then of it.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I think I'll do. I don't know if I'm not 100% sure if I'd stream via Rich's Realm or would I do. Because that's the thing. I've got like a second channel that's not affected by YouTube, but I can't ship. It's like I can't ship traffic. If I said right, okay, from now on we're gonna, and I have considered. I am at a point where thinking, do I now switch all my uploads to Rich's Realm whilst this is going on? And I'm still debating that. But this is the problem. I would still make money, but as well, I wouldn't make as much to cover. Well, I'm not making any money on the main channel in any case, so. I don't know. I'll have to consider that. There's a lot of pressure.
Might be time to just bite the bullet there and switch it over to the second channel, and just hopefully the socials and the traffic can drive people over there. But yeah, I mean, it would certainly cut into the views, certainly at the beginning.
It's a big decision I'm still left with doing, because I don't want to cause any issue then, because I might be able to go back to the main channel, because YouTube have said, this is going to be a problem for October and November, so it's definitely looking like 3 months I'm not going to be paid any money by YouTube, but which is so bad. Oh god, it's so bad. But like having to make a decision about a second channel. I still want to devote intention to growing the main channel, and I do believe YouTube will come to their senses at some point once they realize what they've done. But it's going to come at a point of going like I think when Global comes out of MROC and I've covered the monthly stuff for MCOC I wanted to, I will then go and I'll concentrate my efforts each and every day to producing 2 Realm videos on that channel, that second channel, and it'll be a case of going, I'll do MCC news on the main channel, but I will live stream a lot more of MCOC, and then when this thing returns back to being normal, and it could be a case that I live stream MCOC grinding arena for 4 hours, Act 6.3, monthly event quests, or maybe kind of make them themed streams, and then go, look, guys, if you want videos, I'm not uploading videos quite as much. I'm uploading streams or doing streams. If you want content, I'm going to be playing another game, Marvel Realm. You can go and watch all that stuff. But it is what it is at the end of the day. So I am coming to that decision, and that will be in the next couple of weeks, because I just need to find out, are YouTube going to kill off my main channel? And I will have to go, look, as I've said, I've got enough. If the support is still there from people, the donations, the super chats, the memberships, the Twitch subs, the sponsorship deals, if it still continues on to December, the way it's going, I can survive until the end of the year, and then it's going to be a case of going, look, is the Marvel Realm channel doing well? Is it enough to cover the bills? If it's not, then I've unfortunately got to go on hiatus until I figure out how I can exist. I'm sorry, live, not exist. Live. Well, it kind of exists because I've got.
I would say those words are interchangeable.
Yeah.
So we gotta everyone support Rich. It's his birthday coming up in a couple weeks.
Oh, God, yeah.
Make sure it's a happy birthday for Rich the Man.
Yeah, Em said to me, like, oh, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I said, I don't care. Like, I really don't care what's, or do you want any kind of like specific presents? And I went, no, I don't care. I'm just not in the mood with it, with like stuff going on. But, and as well, because the UK is going in for a second lockdown. So, it means that leisure facilities like hotels and stuff is closed.
Right, it's not exactly a celebratory atmosphere right now.
Exactly, restaurants
on a number of,
yeah. Even restaurants like I don't think can open as well. I need to 100% check that. By the way, Dan, you've gone again, but it's fine. When you're back, I welcome you with loving arms.
Am I back?
You're back. You're kind of like.
Yay!
Yeah. Sounded like you were singing through auto-tune there. It went, Do you know, if anybody's listening to this back, do you know what I'm gonna keep this in, because it's like it is what it is. We've had so many good like podcast recordings where it's been like no problems, and it's like I don't know, Boston internet tonight. Maybe with all this political stuff going on, that it's kind of
everyone's just refreshing the electoral college map in the U.S. so we can't get the bandwidth for voice chat over Discord right now. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it anyway. What are you up to this week, Rich?
Oh God, that's a good point. I think I'm just having a look what I've got on my list of stuff that I've got to record. So I've got to do a lot of the Realm stuff, which I'm still deciding whether or not, I think I've got like a beginner's guide to Realm, 2v2v2 deathmatch, look at stuff there, strategies for Realm, and those are 3 videos I was meant to make about 2 weeks ago, and it's just because life. I was going to do an Immortal Hulk Synergies video, but I'm not going to have enough time to do that until next week. I was going to do a 6-star Groot at rank 3 until I realised I don't have a 6-star Groot and the beta doesn't allow me to have that, so I've got to delete that video. I've got to make a Diablo what if video, so I've got to write that down, so I'm going to do that. I was going to do this really interesting newsy deep dive on rare and forgotten champions of Marvel Contest of Champions, but because I'm going to put so much effort into that's going to be like a 4 to 5 hour video. I not in length, but kind of like the element of kind of like construction and editing and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to leave that until December. A lot of these like really high effort videos I'm going to make, but I'm not going to release them until December, because it's like, well, they get it delivered for free, but I should really be focusing on my Rich's Realm more, but I still want to give content to the people that support the channel, even though like it's free content. And like the weird thing about all this situation is that when you guys watch ads on my channel, right, the money that the advertiser or the company have paid to put it on YouTube, they apparently get refunded that, which is just like, so YouTube are allowing companies to advertise on YouTube, on my YouTube videos, for free. That's a great business model, isn't it?
It's a good deal.
It's a good deal. It's a fantastic deal.
I mean, as a marketing director in my day job, I love free advertising.
See, that's it. You got to sponsor. You got to put an advert over on one of my videos.
And, there you go.
And apparently to be honest, I reckon that's a lie. I'm going to be contacting several companies to find out if they actually got refunds. Because if they didn't, that massively exposes YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another story for another day. What are you up to, Dan? Sorry.
I think I'm going to 100% 6.2.2 this weekend. So
nice.
That's going to be my next guide coming out. And as I was talking about earlier, really, I got to make a decision on Abyss this weekend if I'm going to do it before Cyber Weekend, because I'm going to hit that window where I've got to fill up my overflow with revives and health potions.
Where do you think you're leaning towards at the moment?
As far as
Abyss.
Whether
yes, a yes or a no, do you think?
I would say I'm leaning yes, because I know it's doable with my team.
Yeah.
That I've got. I know that I could do it with the Colossus team. I'm just really worried about getting through it and being disappointed with the T5CC result. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it just feels like I'm doing it to get Thronebreaker and not to really upgrade a champion that I'm super excited about. Like, I don't know. It just, that part feels bad. So I don't know. I need to think about it, because then it's like, all right, what is my order of operations here? If I get the catalyst, it's going to help me someday. And like you said, maybe it is like something like I get the mutant and then I get Apocalypse in a few more weeks on December 15th. And I'm happy, but I don't know. I think I really got to just, I got to do some soul searching, got to pick my poison there.
Yeah.
But I would say I'm leaning towards the run right now, but I'm still not committed.
Yeah. And I definitely feel that. I'm the same, really. I was like, but unsure. I kind of feel like I'm not like I've given into peer pressure, but I feel like I have really kind of gone like, oh, you should do it. I mean, they're right. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I just didn't know if I had the ability to do it. That's the other thing of going like, also like going in with 0 stash. Should I have gone with more of a stash? Of course, but then that's that point of going like, look, here's potentially 6,000 units, which I as I said, I believe I spent between 4,400 and maybe 4,600, but I'm pretty certain it's around there. I need to go back and check like what I spent, but I believe it was 4,400 units. But that's the thing of going like, look, I've got to make that decision. Am I doing it? Am I not doing it? Is it going to be a value for me for Thronebreaker deals? Am I going to get better Thronebreaker deals? Am I going to get better Thronebreaker deals? But also, am I going to get better unit spend to take home Cavalier deals versus doing an Abyss run? And as I've kind of reiterated, I think I'm happy with my decision with what is 4,000 odd units to what I would have got from the deals. But again, like, I will only know that as of Cyber Weekend, and I'll go, hands up, oh damn, I made a bad decision. But I could have made a good decision, so I'll take the rough with the smooth, I think, in this regard.
I think you made a good decision. I don't think you're going to get a 6-star Awakening gem and a full T5CC for 6,000 units. So that, I don't know, that just doesn't seem that doesn't seem likely. But like you said, that's the thing, is like, you don't know until the deals pop up, and then it's too late.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. It's like, if I don't make the run and those Thronebreaker deals are ridiculous, then I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Right, so it's been a good week overall and lots of good weeks to follow. Thanks very much for the support. I'm sure we'll be doing a lot more on Marvel Realm, especially in the next couple of weeks as the game looks to go global. It's an Onslaught event at the moment, and maybe we'll kind of cover that a bit, how that went next week. Thank you very much for listening and watching over on YouTube. Here are the links in the description for the various different podcast links on SoundCloud, Spotify and iTunes. And I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye for now, and thank you for 40 episodes.